We came to the UK in 1962. I remember milking a cow, because my parents had come to England, sort of prepare to call for us and that. And we stayed with our Uncle Sydney, and Aunt Julia. Yeah,
Thank you for doing this.
pleasure.
What's your name?
My name's Kenneth Calder, mostly called Ken.
Mhm.
Yes.
And where were you born?
I was born in Carriacou in 1954.
Okay.
Yes.
And tell me a bit about your parents, your family history. Do you know much about your parents, grandparents?
My grandparents, I don't know that much actually, to be quite frank. But we as a family, five of us, we came to the UK in 1962, 62, and we stayed with our grandmother, but I don't remember much about her. Tan Rosie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My great grand.
Yes. That's my game. And I mean, I grew up here. I've got the mannerisms of here, I guess now, and I sort of have fond memories of Carriacou, but I couldn't tell you much about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. So, what do you remember about your Carriacou years before you came? Do you remember much?
I do remember a lot of stuff with my cousins. Always Henry and Monica. My sister Sharon. Um, we were something like a farm, wasn't it? We had animals anyway. I remember milking a cow. Um,
At what age was that?
must have been what, six, milking a cow. No, I was fine with it. In fact, I liked doing it. And I remember the school I went to, was it Dover Model School? Was it Mount Pleasant first,
Mm-hmm.
and then Dover Model School? I tell you what I do remember about that. I was pretty good at school. I lived with an Uncle Sydney, so I was very good with him. So I could read pretty well. I remember watching people getting a beating at school, and I never had one until 2 days before I left. 2 days before I left, I got my first beating at school.
What was
Was
that
it
for?
I can't even remember that. Was it his name Broffet? His name? I think the teacher Broffet. They said, yeah. 2 days before I left the country, that's the first time I got hit at school.
How did that make you feel?
I don't know. It hurt. I tell you that, because those. But afterwards, I laugh about it. I laughed about it afterwards. It's okay. Yeah.
So, what else do you remember your early years in Carriacou? Do you remember what it was like where you were living, or
We lived in Mildrum. Lived in Mildrum, and we stayed with because my parents had come to England, sort of prepare to call for us and that, and we stayed with our Uncle Sydney, and oh, Julia, Aunt Julia, yeah. So they were taking care of us, and no, I remember Uncle Sydney very very well, because he liked to get you reading and learning a lot. So, and I quite liked that. I was always in a book or citing stuff, so it was pretty good.
mm-hmm.
Um, Growing up, I find it rather strict. I mean, all the stuff that you do now that people here live would never be heard of over there. Get a beating for turning your head too badly or whatever.
Why do you think that was?
Perhaps it's the way they were brought up. I don't know. I guess I remember getting a beating one day, and I couldn't walk for over a week.
Wow.
Over a week, and they had to wash me and everything.
Was this at home?
This was with it wasn't Uncle Sydney that time. It was Auntie Julia. Yeah, I couldn't walk for over a week.
Was that normal?
Well, I was never really getting beaten like that before, but I remember, and it was what I think I went to milk a cow because I remember I went to milk a cow and I spilt the milk. I think that's what it was for. I hope I haven't remembered.
Milk.
I hope I haven't remembered badly. That's all. Yeah.
So was there anyone around that you could? Was that just normal, commonplace in Carriacou, or was there anyone you could speak to about that? Or
No, I lived with them, so I was there, so I couldn't tell anyone anything. I think beatings were normal, were like took its normal course over there. I do remember that very, very much actually. And my cousins, they got beatings as well. I think it was hard for him. I remember saying, "You wait, I'll grow up one day and I'll come back and beat him up, beat up my uncle." And then one day I went back and I saw him in his children. I was so happy to see him. It's weird, isn't it?
why do you think that was?
That why I was happy to see him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I grew up. I guess I was a child. You're getting beaten. You're thinking, no, no, no. When I grow up, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna. No, no way. I was so happy to see him and his family. It's weird, isn't it?
How did they react to you since that time away from each other?
I was very welcoming, actually, to be quite frank. I had a very good time. It was the only time I've been back to Carriacou since I left.
So that was you left at 61, and so you didn't come back.
Went back till in 1993, and it's the only time I went back, and I didn't spend that much of a time there.
Why did it take you so long to go back?
I don't know. I guess I was comfortable here in the UK, and one day so got the possibility of my company paying for me to go there, and so I took it. And that was it.
So what was the first meal you had when you went back to Carriacou? Can you remember?
Actually, cuckoo and okra. Cuckoo and okra. That's a common thing. Mum used to make it here anyway in the UK, but I had that there. What was nice as well was being able to go and just get a melon and pick it up, and that's it, instead of having to buy it. That was nice. That was nice to see. Coconut, we could all get that. Yeah.
So tell me, going back to when, do you remember leaving Carriacou? What were the circumstances of you leaving Carriacou to come to the UK?
The circumstances?
Yeah.
Well, my parents sent for us to come over, and we took a boat. We took a ship. Well, I say boat. Took a ship, and I think it took us something like 2 weeks or something like that to travel. And we went to Southampton, I think it was. Yeah, it was Southampton. I'll tell you what, I remember when we came here. When we came to the UK, got off the ship, and I thought, ooh, am I dying? It was so cold. It was so cold. And I was thinking, why have they brought me away from this to bring me in this place? Is this what I'm going to live like every day?
Did anyone prepare you for the cold, tell you about that?
Not really, but my dad came to pick us up, and he actually brought quite a lot of coats, duffel coats. Oh, it was so nice to get that duffel coat on. It was terrible. It was nice to get that, but no one really prepared us. No, not for that. I wasn't prepared for it. And even the days afterwards, I wasn't prepared for that, because I remember asking what that white thing on the ground was. It was snow. No, I wasn't prepared for anything like that. That was a shock for me, actually.
You'd heard about snow, but you'd never seen it.
No, you can't imagine it. You're there in a warm, really hot place. Then you go over, you get there, it's cold, and then you see this stuff. And of course, you're walking bare feet often. And then you think, oh, you want to walk bare feet? No. And of course, they'd warn you, oh, don't do that. You'll get chilblains if you do that sort of thing. It was. I'm looking back now. I'm thinking it was funny because I was never prepared for that. No, not at all.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so, what age were you again when you got here?
I was 7.
7.
Yeah.
Wow. So, what was? How did you react to your new home in the UK? Where did you move to?
Things were actually tough. We moved to West Bromwich. We got to West Bromwich, and there were seven of us living in one large bedroom. Our parents, we had a blind that was cut across. My parents would be one side, we'd be one side. Toilets were outside where we lived, so you can imagine in winter, it's it was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that very well.
Mm-hmm. So, whose house was the house you
It
were
was
living
it
in?
was it was a rented room. The rented room. My parents were renting at the time. It was, like I said, it was this house belonged to an Indian guy who actually had the house, and my parents were renting this large room, and then there was a cousin of mine who was renting one of the rooms as well. It was Owen, wasn't it? Owen Sylvester.
He was renting.
Just
The Sylvesters were renting.
one of them, yes, Owen.
Oh.
He was renting there. I remember the first song I heard when I on the radio when I got here was Ray Charles. Was it Owen? Yeah, it was Owen. I told him about that, and he says, "Oh, I can't remember this," but it was yeah, I can't stop loving you. He was playing that all the time, actually. So that's the first song I heard on the radio when I got here. Yeah.
So how many people were renting in that house? Tell me a bit more about the setup.
I don't know about how many people, but I know there was it wasn't just us. It was our parents with all 7 of us in the one big room, and Owen in another room. But I didn't know many other people anyway.
So that house, that accommodation was the first accommodation that your parents came to.
That's the first space we lived anyway.
First place.
Yeah. Actually, my dad came first, then my mum came, and then they sent for us. That's how it worked out.
And so how long were you living there?
Not too long, actually, because a friend of my mum named Rhoda Williamson, she came to see us one day, and within the next few months we had moved from there. We got to a bigger place. We moved from West Bromwich to Handsworth, Whitehall Road it was, and it was much more comfortable.
How did that feel?
Oh, that felt great. I thought, oh, this is luxury. This is luxury. And then within a few months, again, we got to another place. We had a whole house then.
So this was a smaller house, and then you moved to a larger.
It was a large house, but we got a place for just the family, and it wasn't too bad actually. And we moved quite a lot in the early days, because not long after that we moved to another house which was ginormous. My father had bought that house, and it was he got ripped off actually.
Yeah.
Got ripped off with that house. Yeah.
What happened?
There was the guy who sold it to him. Somehow he got, I don't know exactly what happened, but he got ripped off, and then he lost the house. He lost that house. That was around. I went to Grove Lane Primary School at the time.
So what was school like? Coming from Carriacou, what was school like in the UK?
Actually, it was pretty nice. We made contacts and friends pretty quickly, pretty easily. But I found that that's what I found. The level of education was actually lower than what I was used to.
Really?
Yeah, I really did, because in Carriacou, with Uncle Sydney, he was always making sure that we had the knowledge, we could speak properly, we could express ourselves and read properly. Here, it was like, oh, it was a lower level. That's what I thought anyway. Yeah.
So did you have many school friends? Did you get on well with kids?
I made friends pretty well actually at school. Then I got into football. I loved football, and that was great. Yeah. Cowboys and Indians, Tig, you're up, and that's the first time I'd heard of that. But that was a common thing. That surprised me quite a bit.
So what was life like growing up in the UK, in terms of mixing and
In primary school, it was pretty good. I went to Beaches Road in West Bromwich first. That was fine, actually. I got on pretty well with people. As time went by, no, I got into fights quite a bit because some of the kids they'd say things that weren't too nice. And I'm not talking about racism here. I'm talking about people. I mean, the first fight I had was with two Indian boys, and then and afterwards we became friends. You beat them up, and then you become friends afterwards. It was weird. It was weird. It's mad, isn't it? It's probably a boy thing. I don't know.
I think it might be because Uncle Henry said the same thing. He had a fight with someone with his cane, and then they were best friends after.
There you go. We became friends. It's mad. It's mad. I wasn't used to that in the West Indies. So there you go.
And did you go out a lot in terms of like mingle with other people, sort of parties?
Most of it was with church, actually.
Was it? Yes.
Most of it was with church. My parents were religious. I'd say hyper religious, and I'd say, yeah, at church we met a lot of people, and we got on with them, and that was mostly the people we mixed with. Because in school, I remember when we went to, this was primary school I'm talking about. Afterwards, of course, we went to, most of my friends were actually people I went to primary school with, and then secondary school, because we had moved to another school. It's called Rookery Road School. I had two really good friends. That was, his name was Franklin Lynch. He was also a neighbor, and Courtney Pitters. Those were good friends of mine. And Franklin died in 2016, but Courtney, I'll call him again this week. We've spoken, so we're still in contact. This is what I'm now 72 next month, and I mean, I knew them since I was 9 years old. That's good going.
Very good going.
Yeah.
So, did you meet a lot of people from Carriacou growing up? Did you hang around with a lot of Carriacou families?
The family did, therefore, by extension, we did. Afterwards, it was mostly the Caribbean people. It was mostly Jamaicans. I mixed with, mostly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that was mainly from the Caribbean. It was mainly Jamaicans around at that time, was it?
Mainly Jamaicans, yes. Hardly saw anyone from anywhere else, or from St. Kitts, the odd one, so on and so forth. Yeah. And most of the people I moved around with were actually from here, from the UK.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what does Carriacou mean to you now?
What it means to me, well, it's where I was born, so there's obviously a connection. What I intend to do is I want to go there every winter and stay there and that sort of thing. But I'm looking at going there for 2 months, 2 whole months at the end of the year. And my idea, in my head, I'm thinking I'm going to be doing that every year. Get away from this winter. The funny thing is, winter didn't used to bother me too much. I didn't really feel the cold that much. But now it must be an age thing, I guess. Listen, me talking about age. I can't stand the cold. It's horrible. So I'm looking at going to Carriacou every year, spend 2 months, even though I haven't been often. I've been once, like I said to you before, and it wasn't even it was what, a long weekend, a week or something like that.
So what's changed your mind? Why do you want to go back now more often?
Well, I'm just thinking, that's where I was born. I'm going to discover it this year.
You're going to discover it?
Really discover. I mean, I went back for just a few days. Now I'm going back for 2 months. You start to see things differently. And I think I'd like it. I'm probably more open now to going there because I'm older, I guess. and I'm feeling it. Feeling the cold. I need to get out. I mean, I could look at other places, but that's where I was born.
Mm.
There you go.
So you feel that kind
That
of
pull,
like pull.
that pull, yeah, yeah,
Interesting.
that pull to do that.
So did you ever think before that, when you came over, did you ever think at some point in the future you'd want to move back? Because that was a dream for many people, was to go back to Carriacou to
That's
live.
never really hit me that way. It's never really hit me that way. I think I just came to the UK and just threw myself in. That was it. And this was home.
Mm-hmm.
This was home. So that's what I know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So how do you think Carricou's changed over time?
I really don't know. I really don't know. When I did go back for a few days, I really enjoyed it. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Really liked it. But I don't know because, I mean, when you're 7, remember some things, but not too much.
Mm-hmm.
And I was comfortable when I was there, to be quite frank.
Mm-hmm.
So I really don't know. It's
What?
been from the age of 7 to 72. It's been a long time.
A long time. What specifically did you enjoy about it when you when you went the
We're
last time?
we're at ease. We're needing anything. I didn't. When I was there, I never felt poverty. But I have here. I have when we were growing up. I thought, gosh, we've left here. We've come in and we're suffering. We hardly had anything. I grew up in a very poor family.
So even as a young person, you felt that
Yes,
from
yes.
7 you felt poverty.
Yeah, I felt it.
But you didn't feel it in Carriacou.
No, not at all. We wanted to eat something. It was there. We're at ease.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I remember that anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
As you do.
So, what would you say to someone who's never been to Carriacou before? How would you describe it?
I'll tell you, I think I'll be able to answer that after November, December, or December, January next year. So, like I said, I'm going now to rediscover, if you like.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll be able to speak better on that.
Mm-hmm. So, this rediscovery, is it kind of you thinking about the time when you were younger there, kind of comparing it, or just exploring, remembering places you used to go
Maybe
to?
there is a bit of that, but there probably is a lot of that, to be quite frank. I tell you what, when I went back, I always thought it was bigger than what I actually went into. I thought, oh, this is bigger than that. I remember a lot of things about Carriacou, but it was so small. It was so small. And I thought it was much bigger. Don't forget, I was 7.
It's quite typical, though. People I spoke to said that when
Yeah.
they've left as a child, it seems
There
that's
you
your world, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then you come back and
Yeah. I tell you one of the things I remember in Carriacou, and that really got me. It was there was a girl who was in our class, Bartholomew, I think her name was. She there was a big flood and it took her out.
a
Complete.
flood in Carriacou.
In Carriacou, it was
You mean a hurricane? Or?
no, it wasn't a hurricane. It was the water. It was raining really hard and it took her out.
Really?
Oh, it was. I remember that, and that one hit me, and I've never forgotten that.
When was this?
This is in 1961 or something like that.
Some crazy flood.
Oh, it was horrible. She was crossing somewhere, and the water just took her off, and she died. Her name was Bartholomew, one of the Bartholomews.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that really hit me. I remember that from way back. That was a hard one.
Do you remember any hurricanes or?
No, except my mum told me that there was a hurricane when I was born. That must have been 54. And the house capsized. Of course, I wouldn't know that. I was a kid. So. But I've never had a hurricane.
Wow. Did you experience carnival when you went back, or?
No.
Have you ever?
It was the carnival time.
Mm-hmm.
No, I've never been to a carnival over there. No.
Mm-hmm.
No. Actually, maybe one day I should do it.
Shakespeare Mass.
What, Eddie Wheeler? Jab.
Jab.
Yeah.
Oh,
But one day I'll live that. I'll have to live that. It's It's something I should do. Yes.
So who taught you how to cook as a young person?
My mom was a very good cook. I spent a lot of the time in the kitchen with her, but guess what? It didn't rub off. It didn't rub off. I can't cook so well. No. I won't die from hunger, but I can't cook so well. I don't know why it didn't rub off. She did. I helped her with everything, bread, everything. And I just can't. I don't know why I didn't pay attention. I wish I did. Now I do wish I did. She had an allotment.
Yeah.
So I'd take her there, and that. I wish I'd paid attention to that as well. She had green hands. She really did. But yeah, you grow up and find out. Oh, I should have listened. But hey.
So what food brings back the strongest memories of Carriacou?
Of Carriacou? It is actually, for that it must be cuckoo and okra. Yeah, because Mom used to cook it well, and we'd eat that. And saltfish. Saltfish, yeah, that was nice. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Interesting. So on reflection, I know you. What is it that you miss about Carriacou? I know you haven't been there for that long. Is there any particular thing you miss?
Not really. I can't say that because what I know is what I've grown up in here. Like I said, I came here and I just threw myself into it, and that was it. So,
what would you want younger generations to know about Carriacou?
I want them to know.
Anything you want the younger generation to experience or understand about what life is, what Carriacou is?
It's like growing up every day, like in nature. Let's face it, we had with the lambs and everything. That was fun. I remember that. We had sheep. Oh my gosh, I remember. You see, you bring back memories now. Those are sheep. They call it Jimmy. When they had to die to be eaten, yeah.
That was my mom's sheep.
Is it Jimmy?
Jimmy.
And then one day it had to be eaten, didn't it?
That's traumatized my mom.
When it was eaten?
She still eats lamb though.
I remember it had to be eaten because Jimmy used to come along and just play around. Then one day Jimmy had to go, and he said, "Oh, that was. I remember that.
Yeah.
It was yours. It's your mom's." Jimmy. Yeah, I remember that very well.
So yeah, that's funny. Interesting. So is there anything else you want to talk about Carriacou that I haven't asked you? Anything about Carriacou that you'd like to?
I don't know that I bet there's a lot to come. Maybe we're doing this early. Maybe you should do another one when I come back. When I go there, and I come back after 2 months. That might just prick some memories and so on and so forth. Might be worth it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. But I think I need to spend that time over there. And I'm actually looking forward to it, to be quite frank. I was looking forward to it last year, but I couldn't get to do it.
So where do you stay? In Carriacou, you haven't got no one's bought a home there, and so it's kind of where.
I still don't know yet where I will stay, but there'll be something.
Yes,
there'll be something. Yeah, there'll be something over there. I'll be fine. And no, I think the question you just asked me, I think after next year, well, let's say after January, I'll be able to talk quite widely, because there are lots of memories that will come back. So I see things, I'll go, oh, because even though I was very little.
So have you brought your children over to Carriacou?
No, because I've only been back once. That was with my my ex-wife, and she loved it. Oh yeah, my second son, he went.
Oh, and what was his experience?
He loved it. He loved it, and he stayed with my uncle. Actually, booked into a hotel, and then my uncle told him, "No, get out of there and come back, Isaac." So we stayed. So he actually lives in the Caribbean now. He lives in St. Martin. My children were actually born in France. They were born in Paris, the three of them. But he goes to he lives in the Caribbean, and he went to Carriacou. He really loved it. He says he even preferred in Carriacou and Grenada, but he likes both. That's what it is.
How does that make you feel?
I thought, oh, this is nice. This is where your dad was born. Proud little. Proud little.
Well, thank you, Ken. Thank you for
Is that it?
sharing your
Is that
thoughts,
it?
your memories. Really appreciate your time. And we'll definitely do a part 2.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's important, because I think everything will come back. I go, oh wow, yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
Okay.